It's a podcast that has a gift for you. Yes, really. If you head to our Twitter, we are giving away some Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden goodies. And by the quality of this accent alone, you can tell that you are listening to Power Word Roll.
Salutations and welcome to Power Word Roll. I'm Conrad Leeton Gray, the Dungeon Master, and I'm here today with Naomi.
Hello.
Who is playing.
Glax.
I am here with Annie.
Hello.
Who is playing.
Dawna.
I'm here with Henry.
Hi.
Who is playing.
Slate.
And I'm also here with James. Hello, James.
Hello.
Another arrival from the Danger Club. How are you doing, sir?
Indeed. Very good, as well as you can be in these circumstances. Excited to be here.
And we're delighted to have
Yeah.
Thanks.
Of course. Always good to have you guys on. And who are you playing, James?
I'm playing Verisim.
Ah.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
It's a good voice.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Oh, yeah, man and boy.
We join the party as they are venturing to the far north, to the Principality of Heartsvale. This once giantish kingdom has now come under the control of humans and has been left alone in this desolate corner of Aeron for, well, an awfully long time. It's very chilly, and as the winter air is starting to grip as autumn comes to a close, you're making your way up these northern roads. Where you're headed is towards the village of Stagwick, this sort of nice little village off this large lake with a massive river leading into it, and at the head of the river, on an island standing between two flows, there is the imposing looking visage of this towering spire that is Castle Hartwick. And you know that you're meant to be heading to the Weary Giant Inn, known locally, of course, as the Giant's Wiener Inn. Just
We're
for their...
phoning it in with the innuendos this week, don't worry about it.
Really low effort. Normally there's at least some pretense, but not this week.
Well, look. This is an official inn within the law that we're trying to stretch.
With an official
and
nickname.
make-
Yes.
Yeah, with an official nickname.
Official nickname that's related to hot dogs, I believe.
Yeah, of course.
They're
Yeah,
exceptional bratwurst.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. It's like currywurst, really good stuff, you know.
Oh no, we brought a Bavarian to this house.
But you're sort of making your way, and you can see that the snow is starting to settle in as you sort of tread forwards, and the sunset is just slowly making its way over the horizon. You can see the village before you, but everything looks slightly run down, and everybody's sort of going about their business slightly hurriedly. It seems like there's a sort of element of tension in the air as the three of you arrive.
Are there people with big beards saying, "Oh, you're not from around here, are you?" And looking at us with like shifty eye faces.
You know, it seems they're okay with travellers. They're not opposed to travellers in the area or anything. It seems more... I mean, do you want to do an insight check, the three of you, as you're sort of wandering into town?
Yeah, of course.
Why not?
Sure.
I got 16.
I got
Nice.
an unnatural 20.
I can't
Nice.
type. Hold on.
Glax, you notice that people seem to be eyeing up the castle quite heavily as you're arriving. And you haven't been told what you are here to hunt. Slate, you are sort of, as you're walking into town, looking at everybody, and they're sort of like... It seems like people are packing up their stuff into carts near their houses.
Anyone else notice that no one here seems to be, staying?
You don't think they're just moving in? How
Well,
do you know if they're moving out and not moving in?
Because they keep eyeing... They're packing things into their carts, Glax. Look at that guy over there. And you see this guy just, frantically piling shit into a small bag.
He's got plot pants and he's just putting them in sideways.
Oh yeah, he's shoving them in a sack.
Ming
just
vase
just loads of
underfoot.
potted plants. Yeah.
just being busy. Probably a travelling salesperson or something.
He puts a plant in upside down.
It's not a very good travelling salesman, it's fine.
As you're pondering this, Slate, you hear that sort of familiar buzz in your pocket of the vibrating of the sending stone.
We've got a call. Dorner, take this. And he hands it over to
I
Dorner.
intercept.
No, no.
No, you don't.
Can we have a...
A sleight of hand? Because I think I've got like
No.
+9 to that now.
I'm trying to think of something that can't be sleight of hand as to avoid that.
I mean, honestly, I can't see how it's not sleight of hand for Glax trying to grab it.
I got
No.
29. I've got a +13 to
It's
sleight
going
of
to be
hand.
a dex save, and a dex save from Glax, and Dorna, can you roll a sleight of hand?
This is
Let's
bullshit.
face it, it's not going to go any better.
I know, but at least it makes it somewhat fair.
Ooh, nat
Exactly.
20.
Natural 20, motherfucker.
Oh! so even still, you would have failed. You managed to just grasp it as Glax goes for the sending stone. Oh, hey, hello.
Hello.
Sleep.
No, it's Dorna.
Oh, Dorna, hello. How's things? How is the travel?
Oh, travel seems fine. Everyone here seems a bit frantic, though.
Well, I can imagine having to deal with vampires. Those guys are bastards.
Ah, right, that's why we're here. Vampires.
Oh, didn't you get the report? I thought Bellathor was meant to send it, and did it not get in on time? Was he...
Well, it didn't pass my eyes, but that doesn't mean it wasn't me making the mistake.
Hey, Bellathor, what the hell are you doing? I don't know. I think Shut up. You meant to submit these reports. Sorry, I'll get back to him. He's an asshole. All
Yes,
right.
we can sort that out when we get back. That's fine.
He'll be reprimanded. You meant to get it in your hands. And anyway. What we got a case of here is a copycat vampire.
It's because they keep putting in the papers. That's what it is. It just, it makes vampires look really cool and famous.
Exactly.
And before you know it, kids are there filing down their teeth, biting each other. It's a real problem.
Got a copycat vampire. You know what that is?
No, not entirely, no.
Well, vampires have somewhat of a popular appeal of late. Don't see it myself. Don't understand why somebody would want to be a blood-sucking leech, exerting power upon the poor. But,
I mean, are you not a landlord? But continue.
This guy's jealous of some cousin who's a vampire, and usually that means he's like, I'll turn my kingdom into vampiric demiplane as well. So, local people kind of concerned, and then there's one famous adventurer who turned innkeeper Tavis Burdon, who wanted to talk to us about dealing with this problem.
Sounds all a bit of a muddle, to be honest.
It always is. Remember, vampires don't like sunlight, can't go into anywhere uninvited, don't like flowing water. You got a few things in your favor.
Can a vampire take a bath?
Oh, Glax. I don't know.
I mean,
always
it
look
flows
pretty
into the bath, but it's not flowing when they're sitting in it. So can they take baths or not? Because
If
sour
they're-
seems like definitely a no. But
Gortanda, can you do R&D on baths and vampires? Is that possible? Can you get a... But anyway, in the back of the card, you can find out that there's now 4 wooden stakes and a flask of holy water. Use them how you will. And he hangs up.
Slate's just gonna ask Dorna, so why are we here? I know that report was given to me, but I seem to have misplaced it on the way. I hope I don't get in trouble.
Well, there might be a bit of a discussion about the paperwork when we get back, but that'll be fine. Something about a copycat vampire.
Like a copycat killer, but a vampire?
Suppose so, yes. I mean, hopefully we'll find out a bit more once we've actually checked in.
Oh god, okay.
And by the time the 3 of you all arrive in, you can see that there's sort of this lively tavern atmosphere all about. People are dancing and singing and drinking. And it seems like a nice little sort of crossroads tavern, what you'd come to expect from it. Behind the bar, you see this sort of very tall, very hairy man. He's got thick hair all across his arms, big bushy beard that sort of goes into long hair that flows back and is tied back in a ponytail with some strands escaping in sort of big curls, and greyish skin. Who's there sort of like cleaning glasses and pouring drinks and passing them out around the place to anybody that comes up to the bar.
I would like to look for a man who looks like his name begins with V.
Okay, make an investigations check. I think that you'll soon come across such a person, but with that roll you don't come across them before the story intended.
Okay.
Yay!
Just felt bad for James not getting to play. And we're just
sorry,
being dicks in the background here.
I'm having a lovely time.
He will be brought in promptly.
It would be brought in quicker if we stopped dicking around.
Oh, no. It is the universal rule of D&D. You have to dick around, especially when you're outside a tavern as well. You can't just go in the tavern. Oh, no.
What if you miss secrets?
I'm amazed you haven't spoken to anyone of the locals yet, because that's always a good one. You there, you! What are you doing? So,
I'll tell you what, I did think about it, but I thought, no, I better not. I did consider it, though.
I go up to the bar.
Hello there. So, what can I get you?
Is this not it? I thought that was James!
No, it's not.
I thought that was going to be you! I was like, oh, brilliant, we finally got him in there. Then Conrad spoke, and I was like,
no. This is the bartender. No, we're just about to get to it.
I go up to the bar. I look at the tall man, and I say, "What are you?"
What do you mean? What am I? I'm the barkeep. I'm a furbolg.
What's a furbolg?
We're giants. We're
AKA a big loser.
I'm just like, why the fuck are you running a bar in the off end of nowhere? But that's cool. That's a life choice, I guess.
I was once an adventurer, you see, in my early years. Now I'm settled down. I run the orphanage round back, and I run this
too much lore. This is too much lore.
Okay.
What are we here to do?
No, I want to know why you started adventuring.
I started adventuring because the giants in the area were really giving us all a bad name, and I wanted to help the humans out.
And do you, go with the trumpet and, blow dreams into children's windows, or?
I don't have a dream-propelling trumpet. It would be nice.
That's what he calls it.
That's real. It's real catchy. Real catchy.
The dream-propelling trumpet is a great name for an inn, though, or a band.
Their second album was a bit of a disappointment, but the first one was brilliant.
Look, we're having some problems. I mean, the local lord isolated himself for a while after learning that his cousin had gotten a demi-plane and made dark dealings with dark powers to become a powerful vampire. When, what was it? Strahd von Zarevich. Yeah.
Never heard of it.
They started getting all angsty about how his cousin was doing more with his life, and decided to try and turn Hartsvale into a demi-plane. Now this is a bit of a problem, and none of the local council really agree.
He doesn't have planning permissions to do
Exactly. Upend us, put us in the Shadowfell. If you could go deal with it, we'd all be grateful.
You want us to go and kill him?
Well, he's a vampire now, comes and drains the townsfolk of their blood.
Oh, you should have led with that.
And, yeah, exactly. I should have, really. It's a bit of that's the main contention, really.
Look, I don't want to put a whole bummer on this, but I don't think we can kill a vampire.
Well, we've got, a guy to help you. Hey, Versum.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
These are the guys I hired.
Oh, right, yeah, nice. You're confronted by in this rather oversized inn, a little tiny halfling. He's dressed in a rather shabby sort of tweed suit with a nice little velvet waistcoat. He's fairly old. He's a bit sort of, let's say, a little weathered, and he's wearing a little flat cap as well. And he's got a leather bag next to him. And whilst you look at him, he's been drinking a drink with one hand and gently kneading a bit of butter on a bowl in the other. And so you want to go up to the castle, do you?
I think we have to.
Well, no, you've got free choice, son. You can do what you like. Go on, spread your sails, or are you compelled by some sort of magical, mystical force?
Not a magical
mystical force of the law.
Oh.
Of being employed.
Also a contract.
Oh, a contract. Oh, well, no, you're boned then. Yeah, you got to do that, yeah. Yeah, you got to go to the castle, mate. Yeah, well, I can lead you up there. My name's Verisim S. Thramgood. Nice to meet you. He extends his hand.
I shake
the buttery
his buttery hand.
Yeah, we go. I can see you like the gentle smothering of butter. Very nice. Yeah. So don't worry, it's salted. Yeah.
I've just been assaulted by this buttery man.
Oh yeah, well when you put it like that, yeah, I suppose you have. Yeah, no, nasty. Right. So who are you all? What's your names?
I'm glad.
I'm Slate.
Donna Bronan.
Hello.
Lovely to meet you.
Oh, lovely to meet you too. Nice, I want a bit of class. That's nice. Not that I'm saying the other two ain't got class, but yeah. Anyway, so
that's very fair. We don't have any class.
well, yeah.
I'm not allowed.
Well, no, I'm not going to ask any questions about that. But tell me, why are you seeking an audience with Count Jakob von Barov then?
Well, apparently we're trying to kill him.
No, these are the ones that I've hired to deal with him so that we don't have to have the whole vampire thing going on.
Hang on a sec. You a vampire? You never mentioned the Count was a vampire. Are you trying to say he's a blood-sucking leech exerting power over the poor?
Indeed.
He's also of the upper class.
Sounds like my second husband, but right, fair enough. Right, well, I'll tell you what, it's a personal, it's a mission of vengeance for me, you see, because I'm a redistributor of worldly goods, and I might have sold him a lovely set of butter knives, you see. And did he pay me? No, he didn't. So I'm looking for revenge. But you can kill him as well, as long as I get me butter knives. That's fine, yeah.
I don't mean to be rude, but is all your backstory about butter?
Backstory, son? Well, I wouldn't know about that, but I do enjoy, the gentle caress of what I would like to call the pats of golden joy. That's right, yeah. Let me tell you, I never put on a pair of boots unless I've liberally smothered them with a bit of the good stuff, if you know what I mean. I've got feet of a 10-year-old. Well, not literally, that'd be horrible.
Get
But,
your feet out. Get your feet out.
Yeah, check it out. He takes his shoes off, and they are almost luminous yellow, and they smell horrific. But the skin is very, very supple and youthful. So
yeah, check it out. Look at that. Hey, whoa, yeah.
He's behind like a school being like, hey kids, you want a little bit of butter? Don't need any of that margarine shit. I got the real stuff."
The voice already had a vibe.
So anyway, I don't know why this conversation skipped forward, but when do you want to leave?
Now.
All right, I better put my shoes back on. Unless you want to gaze at my golden feet in a bit longer.
No,
Wait,
thank you.
are you the first halfling that doesn't go barefoot?
Go barefoot? That's disgusting. No. No, not in my trade. See, people tend to put out little traps and things to step on, you see. Yeah.
Lego bricks.
Lego bricks, exactly. Lego bricks, tiny little bits of, all sorts of things, mate. All sorts of things. Paper clips. You ever stepped on a paper clip?
Yeah.
Nasty. I'll tell you, that's nasty. Especially when you got the skin of a 10-year-old. So, yeah. Anyway. What was I saying? Get us a drink.
You can see that Tarvis goes to pour a load of drinks for you guys and says, well, Verisim, if you could take them up to the castle and help them out. We need to get rid of this guy before... he started kidnapping people and supposedly for some kind of ritual to create a demi-plane. And,
A what?
we need... it's like another pocket of reality, different from our own.
Some magic mumbo-jumbo bullshit.
I couldn't have said it better myself, son. Yeah, right. So, let's have these drinks and then, we'll head up the castle, shall we?
Yeah, let's go.
So you guys down your drinks and then head out into the night. And this is where we enter a skill challenge. Can everybody roll initiative?
oh, first roll. Oh, it's actually quite good.
4.
Dirty 20 for me.
Dirty 20 for me as well.
So, Glax, as you guys are sort of progressing up the path, this flurry of snow is coming through the sky. The snow covering the ground is becoming heavier and heavier and heavier, and you see the layers are starting to pile up. And eventually it becomes hard to discern where the path is through the snow. What are you going to do to try and find your way?
I think I'm going to use my sweet lizard intelligence because obviously I'm a hunter by nature. I think I'm going to use survival.
Okay, go for it.
That's a natural 1 + 0, so that's a 1.
Your natural instincts are brilliant. You are convinced that you found the right way, and you convince everyone else that you've found the right way. You are so confident in those natural lizard-like instincts in this cold, cold weather. You realize that you can't shiver, but instead you're starting to freeze up in places. Your brain probably isn't functioning absolutely 100%, and you guide everyone deeper and deeper and further into just strange parts of what you think is the track, until eventually you end up in a dark, dark forest. And it's only when you guys are sort of deep into this forest, Verisim, it sort of hits you that you know this place. And you are also well aware that this forest, the Fife's Forest, apparently, you know that the Fife's Forest is known for roaming packs of wolves. and you hear a howl off in the distance just as you realise where you are.
Hold on a tick. I know this place. It's full of wild wolves.
And
You didn't want to tell us before we came in?
Well, I didn't know we were there. It's a Five Forest. Who'd lead us into the Five Forest, eh? I was following the good instincts of the lizard over there.
You look at Glax and like his shoulders and back have like iced up, and so he's like walking like all hunched.
What is Verisim going to do to try and evade the attention of the wolves and get
Right.
the party to not gain the attention of these packs?
So the snow's really high.
Yes.
Right, I would like to then scurry up using an acrobatics check to sort of tiptoe dance on top of the snow and have a look where we are.
Okay, go on.
Let's see if this is going to work. It is that's not very good. That was a 17.
It's not very good. That's great.
Well, could have been better. I rolled
Could have been
pretty poor
better.
there.
That is a success. So, you trip and stumble through the snow a few times, land face first once, but eventually you manage to sort of scamper up a tree and look outward, and eventually you see that the closer to the lake's edge, to where it sort of joins with the river, there's less snow covering the path, and you manage to see it ahead.
Right, we need to go down over there. That way. We've ballsed it up, basically.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know. No, it's all right. We're nearly there.
Can I see any wolves?
You manage to mostly locate them via their footprints and occasionally the sort of skulking shadows in the corners.
Right, I don't want to panic anyone, but I've located, a couple of packs of wolves. Nothing to worry about. Right, let's go over to the lake, eh?
And you all start to sort of make your way further through the snow. You come to the frozen lake. It's quite slippy. You can see that the path is on the other side of it. You're basically just going to have to get cut straight across or go through that dangerous forest. How is Dorna going to deal with cutting across the lake?
Can Dorna use maybe a nature check to assess the area around the lake and see whether it's somewhere that wolves would particularly congregate or would avoid?
Yeah, okay, go for it.
And also, because this is her favoured terrain, she gets to add a proficiency bonus again.
Ooh.
22.
Yeah,
Nice.
you know that this time of year, with the fact that the lake is frozen, wolves aren't going to gather at the end of it. It's not anywhere for them to drink, and it's not got enough cover that they're going to go, and try and risk being out in the open, especially with other predators about.
Also, they can't ice skate, so
Yeah, they have no
bunch
ice
of
skating
losers.
shoes. Yeah, I mean,
They're just an evolutionary dead end. I mean, it's...
their hockey team is absolutely awful. The Hartsvale Wolves actually does sound like a good hockey team.
There's the Hartsvale Wolves, and there's the Wolves of Hartsvale. They're two very legally
rivalry.
distinct teams.
You manage to make your way around the side and rejoin the path, and at this point you can see it starts to slope further upwards as you're sort of making your way up a mountainside towards where the river begins. And as you're making your way up, you can see that the sort of rocky edifices start to get bigger and bigger and tower upwards as it becomes more mountainous terrain, until eventually you all come to what is just a ruined watchtower that has crumbled and fell in the middle of the road, completely blocking the path between two sort of big rocky outcroppings. Slate, how are you going to deal with this?
Can we not just walk over it?
You could try and clamber over it, but it's like a big watchtower. Or you could try and go around it. It would just delay time.
Oh, don't worry, guys. I've got this. And he goes up and he just starts lifting these rocks out of the way, and a mixture between using mold earth for the just pushing things down into the ground, and then using his own strength to pick up these rocks and these boulders and throw them out the way.
So that'd be an athletics check then?
That's a 9.
As you're sort of lifting this rubble and pushing out of the way, it just seems like more crumbles on top of it, and you're not being too tactful with it. So it as much as you have the physical capability, you don't have the strategy to sort of do it properly. And so it does take a while, and it's now sort of dark. It's nighttime by the time you reach the other side.
this is a terrible path.
I've got to say that, I might have lied to the innkeeper. I've not actually been to the castle, to be honest. Well,
Really?
no, I conducted my business with a gentleman who came and saw me in the town, but, he offered, you see, and I wanted some, a bit of company, see, I'll get lonely.
Just me and the butter.
Well, that's exactly it, yeah, not only butter, it's not a very good conversationist, you see, so, I thought it'd be nice to have a jolly little band help me go up there and requisition my butter knives, see? If I know it was going to be this bad, though, I'd have stayed in the inn, am I right? Yeah,
Yeah.
and he gives little guns
Right.
to everyone, yeah, right, yeah, right. So, should we make camp, or should we press on?
Breather.
I like your spirit. Let's do it.
Very atmospheric for the kind of story that we're telling.
I'm feeling quite refreshed after that long sit down watching your friends sort of carve their way through that watchtower. So let's go.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Why not?
Slate's gonna cast light then on like something you have drawn.
Or just stick it on me hat.
Yeah.
Stick it on my flat cap. There we are.
Flat cap, done.
Glowing
You just got
flat
this
cap.
little tiny sort of figure walking ahead of you with this little light on top.
It's like a walking lantern.
Well, you're going to come to regret that, as this glowing pillar of light at the front of the party is advancing, guiding the way with this glowing flat cap. I imagine it's giving out sort of that tartan light. Everything is just a dim glow of olive.
Yeah, it's all plaid. It's plaid light, stuff like that. And of course you want to stick a light on the rogue in the party, don't you? That's exactly what you want to do.
Well,
so,
you said you wanted to lead, so you know.
Yeah, no, that's right.
You now realise, those of you, sort of with dark vision, who can see a bit beyond the periphery of this, that there are swarms of bats with glowing red eyes which seem to be circling around the perimeter of the castle grounds. How are you guys going to avoid the patrolling swarms of bats? And then that comes down to Glax, actually. Sorry.
So what I want to do is I want to go ham and just like eat them. But I'm not sure what check that is.
Go ham and eat them. That is a good question.
Maybe an acrobatics to jump into the air and grab them.
Sleight of hand could be
Sleight
to
of hand.
Yes,
grab
actually,
loads of them
yeah.
and guzzle them in your mouth.
a sleight of hand check, brilliant. Just like, whoa, there we go. Just grabbing them. There we are. Nice.
Natural 20.
Amazing.
So why everyone's laughing is I decided to do a sleight of hand check. And I rolled a natural 20, so with my plus 13, that's 33 to eat bats.
So these bats, mostly here as a warning, keep on swooping down, and Glax, with the lightning speed, glad for the snacks, grabbing these swathes, these swarms out of the air and guzzling them down. Swarm after swarm of bats. You're not sure that any creature's stomach can hold that many live bats in it.
They're not alive by the time they get in there, let me tell you that much.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
This is the closest Glax's ever been to like a McDonald's drive-thru. Like the food just like keeps turning up. Probably not very good for him, but you know, a snack is a snack, my dude.
Would that make this a flappy meal?
Oh, that's terrible. I love that. You all managed to make your way across the bridge to the castle grounds and advance inside through a sort of creaking iron gate that sort of opens as you arrive. And as you approach up the winding pathway towards the castle itself, Castle Hartwick, you see that there is a hunched dwarven figure with a wild ratty beard and loose rags who's standing there with a sort of wooden staff with a lantern dangling from it.
I look at him, also hunched over, with like blood over my face and one eye shut. I feel like you got to me before this bit and I was kind of saving it for later, but now I guess you're the Igor character and I can just stand up now.
Who's Igor? My name is Dragos.
It's close enough.
Just 'cause I have a hunchback and I serve a vampire, you stereotype all of us?
Well, it's also the voice and the demeanor and what you're dressed in and
And also, you did just tell us you serve a vampire.
Yes, my master would like to dine with you.
How do you know we were coming?
Well, I
I just stand out here all the time, waiting for people.
he's
have
really
so much
lonely.
food.
He needs friends.
Anyone who comes by is formally invited. Is like, please,
Indeed.
I'm so bored.
Exactly.
So it's just him and his friends, the bats, and
And the bats are now dead, so
Exactly. No, you see, we have a watchtower that you walked past where there are mystical secrets that allow the master to see those who pass it. Then we have the swarms of bats that work as watchkeepers for the master.
why are you telling us all of this?
It's a remarkable open community, isn't it? First of all, we know they're being run by vampires, and the second, he just tells all his secrets. It's nice.
Slate looks around to the rest of the party and goes, do you want to head back to the watchtower and go and look for the, and then does like air quotes, mystical arcane secrets?
we buried a path right through it and we didn't find nothing, so, well, I suppose we could do.
Seems like he might be full of shit.
Are you full of shit, dwarf?
No.
Hey,
no.
don't talk to Donna like that.
Please, follow me. My master wishes to dine with you and explain himself.
Hang on a sec, how can we know you actually work for your master? I mean, you could be any old dwarf standing out in the cold with your ratty beard. Have you got a badge?
You got ID, mate?
Yeah, you got any ID?
Got a license
something
for
on
that
you?
lamp? Oh, wait, you got a license for that?
You're not even wearing a bow tie.
As you say that, he rips off his cloak and says, "Silence!" And you see that he's not actually a hunchback, but instead there's one giant bat wing which flaps out behind, and you realise now that he's got a big nose, and half
Slate
of his
just throws up on the side. It looks disgusting.
half of his face is like turned to stone, and you realise this man is like slowly being turned into a gargoyle.
Oh, strike a white, mate.
Is there a reason that you decided to just get naked on this trail? I mean, I know you're turning to stone, but it's still pretty cold out here.
Stone people need to wear clothes too. Look at me.
I'm still wearing my jorts.
You foreigners, foreigners?
Foreigner!
How do you know I was a foreigner, sir?
Foreigner!
You foreigners can't stand the cold of these lands. The cold is bracing.
I think we should go inside just so we don't have to talk to this man any longer.
Follow me.
I agree.
Follow me.
To be honest, I don't think he's going to go away, so yeah, let's follow him.
And you can see he begrudgingly leads you through. He starts to trottle, one of his arms sort of flapping slightly with each step. It seems like this is a half transformation and one that probably isn't too comfortable. Like the two forms that sort of seem
I
like...
love the idea of a comfortable transformation into a gargoyle. Just like, oh, it's actually quite pleasant. Darling, you should try this. It's actually quite nice. Just a little tingly. There we go. Oh.
It's the little as he just freezes in place.
Yeah, exactly. For the look of serendipity on his face, just very peaceful gargoyle.
I mean, it seems like most of this comfort comes from the fact that the gargoyle is like a size medium and the dwarf is a size small.
Slate's gonna ask him. So why do you work for the vampire lord guy?
For I will be made immortal, cast in stone. And also, if everybody is damned in this realm anyway, I might as well... it's pretty cool to work for the vampire.
It doesn't seem like you really know why, because you want
It's
to
pretty
be...
trendy.
But you're giving up your whole life just to be some boring statue.
I'm not going to be a boring statue. I'm going to be a giant flying creature that can rip people apart with my fearsome claws.
And why do you want that?
Why don't you want that?
I just think he needs some therapy.
Look, I've got
I
some
just think-
pent-up issues.
I think he just
it's
needs to
true.
go. He just needs to go and resolve his clear daddy issues.
Look, the master is a powerful young man who I owe everything.
What did he do for you?
He saved my life in the war.
And you can see he stares off in the distance. Just a harrowed
Will
look,
my
harrowed
vampire
expression.
return?
Which war
from the
was
war.
this?
The war with the giants.
You know, there are places where people are just like living normal lives, like going to the shops and things. Like, you don't have to stay here. There's plenty of dating options, like you don't need to turn into like a big stone guy.
I mean, I don't know. At least he's got a life plan, It's a bit of an odd one, but his career's got progression.
Hey,
you know?
are you on our side or his?
Oh, I don't know. It's a bit hard now. He's half turned to fucking stone, isn't he? So if he's chosen the wrong path, he's buggered. But never mind, mate. You do you.
As you guys are walking through the castle, having this conversation, there's the throne room, there's the library, the cathedral, and then there's also a place to the crypt and the dungeons below, and the living quarters above.
Shouldn't they be the
can't-
unliving quarters?
But eventually you come to the dining hall, and you can see that Dragos swings open the door, bows slightly, and motions for you to go inside.
Well, here we
Thanks.
go.
You see before you there's this sort of extravagant feast. All kinds of meats and cheeses and vegetables, just beautiful roasts, and it goes across the whole table. Fresh fruits in your whole bowls.
Is this an illusion?
Is there any butter?
You see butter trays, like all lined out next
Oh,
to...
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
Is
about.
this an
Yeah,
illusion?
yeah. Make an Arcana check.
23.
There's something magical about the food, but it's not an illusion.
Hold on, guys. There's something weird with the food.
As Slate says this, your eyes are then drawn up the table, And you see sort of lounging sideways, his sort of feet on the table. You see who you assume to be and who Verisim you know to be, Count Jakob von Barov. He's this sort of young guy. You can see he's in a leather jacket. He's got sort of slicked back hair, very pale skin, gaunt figure. Reasonably handsome in a sort of goth kind of way. Long fingernails that have all been painted black. A sort of devil-may-care attitude that exudes out.
So Comrade's Man Crush Monday.
Yeah, right. Conrad's just like describing his type to us here. That's what's happening.
When have I ever shown interest in a man like that? But no, you see that he's like, oh, hello.
Hi.
What?
Come sit down and let's discuss things, please.
Slate just takes a seat.
All right.
So, I've been told you're here to kill me?
No.
Who told you that?
Pretty metal.
I hear you keep, like, kidnapping people and, like, draining their blood and stuff. And I don't know what you're doing with all that blood, but that seems like a lot of blood for one man.
I'm living off the blood, and I've gotta say, you're all totally misunderstanding things. You see, it's really in right now for counts to be vampires.
Well, according to who?
According to all the other counts, lots of counts are becoming vampires. I mean, everybody thinks vampires are cool now. They're like we're all going for that edgier sheen. We were already had serfdom, so it's just like serfdom with extra blood draining.
Guys, who wants to just kill this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, I'm sick of him already.
Well, I mean, I've got to be honest. I mean, serfdom's pretty rubbish anyway at the best of times. So you thought you'd improve it with a bit of blood sucking, did you?
Exactly. Might as well make it overt, and then everybody can be like, really hate the vampire, whereas it, really hate the Lord is a bit more,
Are you a conservative? Because that sounds like the sort of policy they'd certainly have.
I mean, yeah, I believe in serfdom. I think that's a pretty conservative opinion.
I'm a young Tory. Hey. Fuck you.
Just be honest. We're just going to drain your blood, you serfs. That's it. Yeah.
But think of the economy, though.
Yeah, it's true. The trickle-down effect.
Look, so really, I'm just trying to be. I need to live up to my cousin Strahd. That guy is doing so well. Name recognition for days.
See, that's where you're going wrong.
What do you mean?
If you're just being a vampire also, then you're just being like him, and nobody's interested in the slightly theatre Strahd. Nobody wants that story.
That's true.
Glax, roll persuasion.
Me? Oh no.
So they can reassess his life.
I rolled a 19. Minus 2 for 17.
Being a vampire's cool though, right? Like everybody,
It's
vampires
really
are
not.
sexy.
I'm not
and
gonna lie to you, it's really not.
This whole modern vampire thing is kind of a bit passé, and I think that there's some better options for you.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I was going to offer you all to pay you off, and so you can leave and not have to kill you. But now I'm gonna have to kill you.
Well, you really don't like criticism, mate. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If you're gonna run your own demi-plane, you really need to be able to take some, constructive criticism. This wasn't even that harsh. This was very reasonable.
We're trying to help you.
I mean, we could have said your jacket's shit, but we didn't.
And it would have been true, but we wouldn't have said it.
Yeah, your jacket's shit, mate.
And your hair looks greasy.
Your hair looks so greasy, it's bad.
What are those shoes you're wearing? They look absolutely foul.
They're freezies.
Yeah, they look free.
Oh dear.
Just burning the count.
As you're just ripping into this guy, you see he gets this more and more shocked look on his face that slowly turns to just a scowl, and then you see that his teeth just elongate, and there's these big incisors which are visible. He goes, and then in a puff, like there's a swirling shadow energy around him, and it just disperses, and he is gone.
Oh, completely misunderstood. I thought he was pretending to be a vampire. Oh, I wouldn't have called his jacket shit if I'd known he was a vampire.
I would. It was a really shit jacket.
I mean, it was a shit jacket, but I wouldn't have told him that. He's a vampire.
No, I thought I've gone for that, like, traditional with the ruffled shirt.
Oh, that's a classic, that is. Yeah, the ruffled shirt. Yeah, some leather trousers, you know. Everyone likes leather trousers,
been
not
lovely.
a jacket.
Would have been lovely.
Wankers wear leather jackets.
You know what we should do? We should show him what a real vampire should look like. Let's get the cart.
So are you guys going out to the cart then?
Yes!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dressing as vampires.
Okay. So you guys, go rush back out into the courtyard, and you can see that the Tooth and Claw cart is right there. What are you guys dressing as?
Dorna reaches in and grabs what looks kind of like a pilgrim's hat and a like full-length leather trench coat to get the proper full-on
yes.
vampire hunter look.
Yes.
Very good.
Slate is going to leave bare shirt, but tie a big, like, kind of slightly tattered cloak around his, like, neck, so it billows out behind him. And then the drag night hag that we killed a little while ago, Slate still has its wig, so he's going to fit the wig on as well. So it's this long, flowing black hair, and then put some white face powder on, so it's very pale, and put some fake vampire teeth in as well.
Nice.
Versim, he goes to the rack and he pulls down a tiny, tiny pair of very tight leather trousers, which he takes off his tartan trousers, puts them on, looks at his tartan jacket and his waistcoat and just, yeah, nice. Yeah, nods at that. So he's sort of half and half, and then gets a little top hat out of the thing and then puts it on with a little jaunty feather in. He's, yeah, nice.
Oh, it's very stylish.
Yeah, that's right. Half and half. Like, I don't like to commit to anything, you see.
That's why I've got 2 ex-husbands.
Well, exactly. That's I don't even talk about the third. God, bloody hell.
And then finally, Glax.
Glax is gonna do a interview with a vampire, sort of. So he's going for Renaissance, like big ruffled shirt, high-waisted tight pants, with a large high-collared embroidered black coat.
Yeah.
Yes.
He goes to put on some fake teeth, and then he's like, "I already have fangs," and he puts them back.
And then finally, is there anything else from the cart you guys want to grab?
Should we grab the stakes in the holy water?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Nah, leave them.
Seeing as Dorna probably knows a reasonable amount about vampires, can she actually explain what use the stakes are?
In Dungeons, as you're a monster hunter and you specialise in hunting undead, I think it's reasonable that I explain how vampires work in Dungeons and Dragons. So, essentially, vampires, very powerful creatures, but most powerful for when you initially kill them, they retreat to their place of rest. Now, this is usually a coffin or where they were buried. Essentially, they'll have it in a hidden location that their shadowy form will go and rest inside. And to finally properly kill a vampire, you need to kill them first, go to their place of rest, open up their coffin, and stab them with a stake.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Could the place of rest be something like a travel lodge? Like, it's on the A2 to Sig
It has
Cup.
to be somewhere that's actually, like, restful.
Yeah.
Oh yes, of course, yeah.
I will say that there's nothing in the monster manual that is against the idea of somebody dying in a travel lodge and becoming a vampire, but I think the staff would probably have something to say.
No, they care very little.
They wouldn't even notice. They'd just be like, yeah, we just don't go in that room anymore. No, it's funny smells. No,
That's
don't
just
like the
a
noise.
stinky room.
There goes our sponsorship with Travelodge, guys. Thanks.
On a serious question, could we divulge what the place of rest is before they retreat? So are there things about it like consecrated earth or...
I'm going to guess it's in the crypt in the castle.
Might be, but he might eschew sort of tradition.
He doesn't seem like the type to have a lot of creativity, I've got to be honest.
He doesn't, to be honest.
Here, I'm calling it now. It's going to be in the crypt behind a secret door of some sort.
Ooh, secret doors are
That's-
nice addition.
That's what my money's on.
I really hope it's just in a wardrobe somewhere. Just, it's just like, seriously,
It would
dude?
make sense if it
This
was
is your place
it
of
would make
rest?
sense if it was in a closet.
Oh, gone back to your closet, have you? Oh, classic.
So you slide close the door of the cart, fully geared up and ready to take on a vampire.
Can as we go in, Slade kind of stops everyone a second, and goes, "Oh, hold on," and then casts Pass Without Trace as a racial ability.
Awesome.
Nice. Okay, so the stonework is now sort of starting to disguise your advance as you guys are sticking to the wall.
The stone, what it basically does is, as we're walking, the stone just kind of ripples behind us, just so it doesn't even look like we were there.
Sneaky.
So are you advancing stealthily then, I assume?
Yes.
Can everybody make a stealth check with a +10?
I have disadvantage on stealth.
I got 40. Sorry.
Oh my
So you got
god.
40, yeah. 40. Okay, Jesus.
I got 14.
Then a bonus 10.
No, that
So
is
you
with
got
the bonus
24.
10.
Oh, wow.
I got a 4.
Okay.
I got a 15.
It's 27 with the 10 plus 10 bonus.
27. Well, I mean, 40, yeah.
That's insane.
would
That's the
Slate
highest
get?
stealth roll I think I've ever heard.
So, Dorna and Slate, you guys are sort of advancing quite stealthily. You know, you think you're going quite quietly. You're trying not to have your weapons and armor rustle too much. Verisim, you're like adept at this. Instantly, the only thing holding you back is the squeak of your leather pants. And
I knew I should have powdered.
all of you don't know where Glax went. In fact, even the gods in the skies, looking down upon what's going on here passively, the whole universe has no idea where Glax has gone. Because Glax, your stealth roll was so high, you have transcended into the ethereal plane.
Trippy.
You are like looking around and everything's got this blue sheen to it. And you realise that you're sort of like just skulking around and you're seeing like figures walking around the castle that aren't there. They walk through. You instantly recognise these as ghosts from your time at the Haunted Carnival. And you also realise, you look down at your claws and you are a ghost.
I think Glax, he's using this to just like peek his face through walls to just see what's going on.
What should I do with this cosmic
Power. Oh yeah, check it out. Oh, it's a toilet.
You're all stealthing, and we cut to Glax, but it's just a portrait, and then like Glax's face comes out of this lady. And like as you're walking, occasionally we look back. And there's like a suit of armor that's like creeping behind you, like, and then when you turn around, it's just like standing still.
Something fishy's going on.
The three of you realise Glax is, you have no idea where Glax has gone. And Glax, you don't fully understand what's happening. You just realise that you are...
He basically never does. He's like, I'm just here for a laugh.
Yeah, you make your way down and eventually there's sort of this spiralling staircase and your footsteps echo as you sort of creep down this place. I think at this point Glax is sort of like phasing back into reality, but you're still like completely hidden in the shadows. Yeah. But you all advance to the crypts and you enter to see that it looks more like catacombs than anything. The walls are lined up and there are coffins everywhere with small plaques dedicated to various members of the noble family. And there's the occasional skull out on the side. Sconces with lit braziers let out sort of a dim light in the area, and you can see it's all slightly waterlogged. There's just a slight sheen of a thin layer of water as you guys enter the room.
Is there any coffins that look like they're trying too hard?
You're sort of eyeing around and you're looking at the names as well, and you don't see the name you're looking for. What draws your attention is an extravagant set of carvings on one far wall.
Well, I was about to say, that's fantastic. Leads right in.
Yeah.
Can I search for a secret door?
Make an investigations check for me.
Investigations, okay. 13.
It takes you a while. You're sort of running your hands along the stonework, and you've got some knowledge of stone cunning, stonemasonry in this from your upbringing with the dwarves. And eventually you sort of manage to make out that there's a thin line, and it seems like there's some kind of slot in there for some vaguely cuboid shape to fit inside. It's sort of hidden in the stonework of what seems to be a hand clutching some kind of cube. You could push something in there, into that indent, and it would probably open a locking mechanism of the door. You eye where the arm goes up to, and you see that this sort of demonic figure that is holding this thing. Out on the other side of the carving, there are a load of people praying to this demonic figure.
Guys, You know how this is the most basic vampire ever? Well, it got more basic. There's a secret room in the crypts. We need to find some cuboid object, and I think this will open up.
A cuboid object, eh?
Yeah, come and look at this. And he shows them all the mechanism.
It's pretty cold out there. Do you think you might have a cube of butter?
Funny you should mention that, but
And he just pulls from his pocket multiple cubes of butter in varying sizes.
I always carry a spare, you know what I
Can you
mean?
like shape them together into the exact shape we need?
Hang on a sec.
And he goes into the pose that Harrison Ford does in Raiders of the Lost Ark when he's trying to balance the bag of sand and the golden statue. He's like, oh, I like this with his butter, yeah, and then just jams one in there.
Okay.
There we are. Nothing but I can't sort. You watch.
Make. I'm just going to say roll a d20 with advantage as you are adept in butter.
Okay, well, that was a 15 on the first roll and 12 on the second, so 15.
You manage to jam butter in there, and you get the shape that you're meant to press. You think if you go and like freeze this outside, it might then work to push the mechanism.
So Verison just stands back from his handiwork and just looks at me and goes,
Hey? Look at that, eh?
Oh, that's a really good fit.
You guys just skipped a whole portion of this fucking adventure.
Right, well, we need to freeze that outside, see, because although it's very hard to freeze butter, you know, it's too oily. Do you want to know some more facts about butter?
Maybe on the way out.
All right.
Can Glax grab the butter and like run back to the frozen lake and just like dunk it, punch a hole in the lake, dunk it, freeze it, and then bring it
back to the frozen.
This takes about, sort of 15 minutes or so. Glax runs out, goes dunks it. You end up with this frozen chunk of butter in the shape of the key. I could not have predicted this turn of events. Did not plan for this. This is amazing. But yeah, no. So you end up with this chunk of frozen butter, and I'm guessing you guys make your way back down to the crypt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
How do you go about it?
Licks the tips of each of his fingers and then sticks it in, then realises he's stuck the butter to his fingers and then sort of pulls it off one hand and then just sort of half gets his other hand and sort of like rolls it in really awkward. and then just sort of winks at everybody and gives a little thumbs up.
And as you do this, you feel a rumbling and just this
I'm gonna be
so mad.
I'm gonna be honest with everybody. I'm surprised this has worked. I can tell you that. But there we are.
It slides to the side, the butter just sort of crumbling as you do so, and you see behind it there is one more coffin atop a plinth.
I just want to say, I called it. I can't believe I called it.
Yeah,
You did.
You did.
So
You did.
good.
You're absolutely
that's
dead on
so
the money.
funny.
But
I kind of respect him for it, to be honest. I mean, he's just gone, I'm going to be the hack vampire. I'm just going to go for it. I'm not going to pull back at all. Like, that is just it. That's it.
He's lacking the self-reflection, obviously, to be able to understand.
Oh,
that
that's
this is
really
basic.
funny. Sorry, whoa. I'm going to stop you right there. Lacking the self-reflection because he's a vampire is great. That is a very good joke.
It was a very good joke.
oh dear. But yeah.
Is he in the coffin?
You again, super stealthily slinking between the shadows of this, you sort of jump up and you lift up the lid ever so gently and slam back down. And he's not there. It's fine.
That's right. He's not in there. That was lucky, actually. 'Cause I'm not entirely sure what I'd do if he was in there, to be honest.
Well,
but never
We'd
mind.
probably just kill him and then kill him again. It would be quite simple, actually.
Can we?
Well, yeah. When you say it like that, it's right.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe we should set a stake in it, so when he appears, he just stakes himself. Can we do that? Yeah.
Okay, I think
is a
we should.
great idea.
What are you all doing then? Like, I think we should all do something while Dawna does the magic circle.
I think you should stone shape a base to put the stake in.
I know what I'm going to trash the room.
Okay.
While Dawna's doing the magic circle, Slate's going to go around with a mace and just like knock all the party decorations into like a big pile of just like broken stuff, and then set it on fire with firebolt.
Aggro! It's not real.
Oh. All of the party decorations are burning.
Is the coffin set up on steps?
Yeah, it's on a plinth.
Yes.
Oh, I go and butter all the steps. Really slippery. Yeah, that'll get him. He'll get a nasty bruise there. Yeah.
Buttered steps, nice.
Buttered steps.
What's Glax doing?
Glax is just gonna like chain it up.
He's just gonna lock it down, tie it up so it looks like a Halloween mummy.
Okay. So after you've all finished these preparations and the room is now bare, smelling of burning Halloween decorations, buttered and also magically trapped.
And chained.
You sort of all stand back. And chained.
And
you,
chained.
You all stand back, hands on hips, looking at a job well done.
Yes. Slate, if he's a basic bitch vampire, then which room would he be in?
Cathedral.
You don't think throne room?
Throne room's probably just hid words for the lavatory anyway.
Well, that's, that's true. Can he go in a cathedral as a vampire?
I'm assuming he can. He probably sees himself as some kind of god or some kind of, person
It's an
of
unholy
power.
cathedral.
Oh, right, yeah. All right.
But yep, that's where my money's on.
Okay, well, if I win, then you have to do my paperwork.
If I win, you have to give me all your extra snacks.
Ooh.
He's up the ante there, I tell you.
Okay, we handshake.
Slate and Glax have a secret handshake that they do. Like,
Okay. Where are you guys going first then? Because you've got the throne room, library, cathedral, dining hall. You're in the crypt. Then there's the dungeons and the living quarters.
Cathedral first.
throne room first. It's only polite.
Okay, so you make your way up the spiral staircase and back out into the main hall, and the throne room is ahead. It's sort of the main area. You push open the doors, and you see inside there's sort of this polished floor, like this polished granite. There are these suits of armor that line either wall, impressive and sort of dark, with spikes off of them, leading all the way up to this pure white alabaster throne, and there's this massive sort of set of stained glass windows behind that sort of lets in the moonlight through the cracks and sort of illuminates this whole
Is the
room.
vampire in here?
No.
Yes! Fuck! Slate shouts out. We open the door, we all look around like with bated breath, and Slate just goes, "Oh, hell yeah."
Glax, empties his bag.
Oh.
There's, just the weirdest fucking shit in there. There's, half a bat, some bones, an entire pack of digestives.
Slate takes the real food items and bags them.
Well, hold on a second now. What if he's not in a cathedral either?
Yes.
Then he still has to do my paperwork.
Oh, fuck.
All right, fair enough.
If we're both wrong, everybody loses.
This is why I don't get into bets with you two.
So, are you guys gonna investigate here at all, or
To
are
the
you going
cathedral!
To the cathedral, yeah, I think we just slam the doors and go, nope.
I love how you guys have just not examined any of the castle. You speed ran this session.
Yeah, it's good.
And I very much appreciate that. Yeah. And so you make your way back down the hall. As you're approaching the cathedral, you're sort of hearing from the other side the sounds of an organ. Big dramatic music
Motherfuck.
from the other side of this
Slate
door.
spits out as he's speaking. He's chewing on a digestive, so just huge huge puffs of digestive crumb spitting out of his mouth. But he's just like, yeah, see, I told you it's in here. And he has this one hand holding the pack of digestives, the other hand with half a digestive in it, and then chewing on one. And he just walks up to the door and just uses his shoulder and just nudges it open and just walks in.
The door creaks open and you walk inside to this chapel, and you see at the end playing this organ, using his feet sometimes, just going ham on this organ, building up to a big climax, is Jakob von Barrow.
Hey, told
the
you.
count.
Should have been in the throne room, you piece of shit.
As you say that, you see that he just comes, there's a final dramatic chord, and then swings round, and again sort of leaning backwards, trying to look as airy as possible.
As he leans backwards and looks at us, he just sees Slate passing out digestives to everyone apart from Glax, and they're just not paying attention to him at all.
Throne room? I mean, come on, this is super dramatic. It's really into play. The organ right now.
I told you.
You're right, he has no imagination.
Yeah, you're very good with your organ, mate. Yeah, nice.
Practicing.
You think he's compensating for something?
I have had an up to here with all of you. When I was told there were hunters coming for me, I was expecting the whole thing, and this has been an awful experience.
Or you can leave us a review if you're still alive by the time we're done.
I'll leave you in the crypt.
And you can see then he flies up in the air, his cloak billows behind him.
Oh, the crypt that we've already been in, and we've...
But he flies up in the air, there's a crack of thunder from the windows behind, and you see 2 swarms of bats start to coalesce in the corners, coming down from the ceiling. He just sort of starts rising upwards, his fingernails elongating into claws, his face contorting as his incisors extend, his eyes start to glow crimson, and with that, can everybody roll initiative?
Nice.
So, with initiative rolled up first is Glax.
Glax has decided that he's already mad that he's lost his digestives, so he's going to get really aggro really quickly. So he's going to take a bonus action to dash.
Okay.
Because he can do that now, and he's going to get all the way up in that vampire.
Okay, so you dash straight towards him. Remember, he's 20 foot in the air.
And he is going to do a menacing attack.
Okay.
So he's going to attack twice with 2 daggers, and on the first one, he's going to do a menacing attack. I roll a 25 to hit, which I'm going to assume hits.
Yep, that does hit.
I get to expend a superiority die and add the total to the damage, and he has to make a whiz saving throw to not be afraid of me.
Ooh.
Okay. 14?
It's a DC 17, bish.
Ooh.
So you hiff a dagger, and how does it scare him?
You're not even a good vampire! And I just, throw it straight up, and I tear a big hole in his leather jacket.
Yes!
Oh no! Okay.
Ooh, 10 damage. And then I attack again. 18 to hit.
18 does hit.
So 19 damage total.
Nice. 19
Nice.
damage. Okay. Up next is Slate.
Cool, so Slate's going to start off by casting lightning bolts at him in the air.
Okay. So that's a 2 plus 4. That's a 6.
That fails. So he takes 24 lightning damage.
Oh.
How does this coalesce?
Holding his 2 first and middle finger to his little earring, which is arcane focus, he pulls it out quickly, and there's this little spark of electricity, and then Jacob's ladders up his 2 fingers, and then he karate chops the air, and this huge blast of electricity spirals out and hits him.
The hole that had been torn in the leather jacket now rips further with electric energy, and just also sets on fire, and he has to tear off his leather jacket, and he's
He's just wearing a t-shirt underneath, and we're like, lame!
Yeah.
He's wearing a Nirvana t-shirt underneath.
He's never even heard Nirvana.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
Then
I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to use a quicken spell and do a firebolt on the closest bat swarm, if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
It's a 14 to hit.
14
Nice,
does hit.
12 damage.
Nice, and you can see you take out 3 or 4 bats with just one bolt that sort of just hits them in progression as it sort of fires backwards.
Glax thinks fried bat smells delicious.
Everyone else thinks it smells terrible and infectious. So next it is the vampire's turn, and you see he's going to cast Misty Step.
Can I be a cunt and counterspell it?
Yeah, you can.
I'm going to do that then.
So you can see he absolutely terrified of this lizard in front of him. He's and tries to Misty Step away, but how does counterspell?
So the shadows that kind of start forming around just suddenly Slate pushes his hand forward, and with mental effort it all just turns to sand.
Cool.
Now there's just sand scattering across the floor of this cathedral. He's going to spider climb to the ceiling above Glax. And then, as he's sort of floating away down the aisle towards the entrance, you can see his eyes start to glow, and he points towards Slate. And Slate, can you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Of course. 10.
So you are now charmed.
Fantastic. What does that mean?
So he points to you and says, "Look, you got power. You just need to be cooler. Stay with me, kid. You'll go far." And
I love Hot Topic.
you now regard the vampire as a trusted friend to be heeded and protected, and you're a willing target for the vampire's bite attack. Repeat the saving throw for 10 times, but if you fail 10 times in a row, you are a thrall.
Cool.
Well, it was nice having you on the podcast.
That was fun. Well, you guys better kill him in 10 turns. Oh, can't wait to get my new leather jacket. Have you seen the new Harley?
We look at Slate and he's wearing this Team Edward shirt and we're like, what the fuck?
No.
Yeah, like another shitty leather jacket has like sprung into existence around him.
Why is he wearing sunglasses inside? It's dark out.
He's got. Oh my god! Wait, that means so. What Slate's wearing is a leather jacket over no shirt with sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Which is still better than what the vampires were.
So, with that, it is then Verisim's turn.
Verisim looks at Slade and goes, yeah, you look cool in it, mate. Nice. And then shoots his short bow at the vampire.
Do you want a jacket too? I think you'd look really dashing in one.
Have you got one in extra small?
Slate shoots a look to the vampire.
He shrugs.
18 to hit.
Yes, that does hit.
10 points of piercing damage.
10 points of damage. Nice. So then it is the bat's turn, and you can see the bats swoop down towards Glax, and they're just starting to assault him on all sides.
Revenge for our falling brothers!
21?
No. Yeah, it hits.
12 points of damage as these bats are just, sort of swarming around you, swirling and just constantly coming down, trying to rip at you with their claws and their teeth. Glowing red eyes.
Slate, my food's fighting back.
So you look at Slate and he's just drooling, like, out of the side of his face.
Just like,
Donna.
She is going to look at what Slate suddenly overcome and wearing a leather jacket, stare back at the vampire, and just go, you know what? I can't stand your fashion sense. And use Slate and since it's on the ceiling, it's going to have to be the longbow.
Okay, go for it.
22 to hit.
That hits.
7 points of damage, including the Slayer's Prey.
It thunks straight into his shoulder, and it seems to sort of sink in quite deep.
Slate just kind of like half-assed, like puts an arm out, and Donna just pushes it to the side, and Slate just goes, "Hey, don't hit him." That was a vintage T-shirt you just ruined.
Glax, it's your turn.
okay. I'm just gonna stick with the classic, and I'm just gonna keep throwing stuff at him.
Okay.
Because he deserves it. And
You are being swarmed by bats, so any ranged attacks will be at disadvantage.
Oh, that's bullshit.
That's the point of the bats.
Bitch. Okay, cool. Fair play to you. That's fair. Okay, in which case, I'm just gonna get chomping, I think. I'm going to...
Do it properly.
Creatures.
Thank you.
27 to hit. 11
Oh, a
damage.
crit!
Yes!
I can't believe all the bats I've thrown at this party have just been guzzled down.
Useless, flappy bastards. That's what they are.
Perfect. Hey, leave the pets alone.
You took my biscuits.
You mean these biscuits? And Slate just drops them to the floor and just steps on them.
You've changed, man. You've changed.
Yeah, these are so bad for you.
Donna, Glade's acting really weird.
Yes, I have heard about this from vampires. They're very good at charming people.
Okay, so I'm saying this to Donna, and I'm like, he's being really weird. And then, like, just with my offhand, as I'm, like, talking to her, I just, like, lob a dagger at him.
You also realise at this point that it seems like his wounds are closing up after a while as well. So you can see where you've hit daggers into him before, the bleeding has stemmed and it's closed up. But you manage to fire a new one, basically just plant it in his back, and he rips it out, and you see just through this torn Nirvana t-shirt, the wounds start to close up behind him.
Well, I gained 2 HP from my Hungry Jaws, so I look at him and then I close one of my wounds, and I'm like, nah!
I can do it too.
Next, it's his turn, floating down, and it's just going to do 2 big claw attacks with these extended sort of fingernails, painted
At
black.
disadvantage because of protection from evil and good.
First one misses. The second one hits, just dealing 10 points of damage as you feel a
Alright.
sort of slash at your torso. Hold her back from me.
Party on, bro.
And Slate, can you try and grapple Donna?
No, I'm not going to do that.
No.
I'm going to cast Hold Person.
Yeah.
Oh, whole person. Okay, so
Party
you
on,
cast
bro,
hold
and
person.
puts like a peace symbol up in the air with his hand, and then out of his 2 fingers, like sand just jumps and spirals and goes to grab Dorna.
So Dorna has
no.
just been slashed by this vampire and then completely taken aback as this cascade of sand is now trapping her in place. Just kind of didn't really know how to react.
Sorry, Dorna, I know we've been on the road for a while, but I think this is probably for the best. And then he goes and walks up to the vampire and just gives him like a little high five and a little fist bump. And then he pulls out a cigarette and he starts smoking a ciggy.
Blackford like, that's so bad for you!
I don't even care, man.
So cold. And then he's going to do a bite attack on Dorna. 6 points of piercing damage and 18 points of necrotic damage as well. As you feel just this necrotic energy coursing into your veins from elongated fangs, digging into your flesh, excruciating, making its way through your veins.
That looks dope, bro.
It's really cool, really. You know, it takes the knack.
And he rips out. And he heals for that much hit points. And also, Slate, because it's your turn, can you make a wisdom saving throw now?
No, 11.
You're still under his spell. With that, it is then Verisim's turn.
Verisim's been standing over in the shadows watching all this unfurl, and he's drawn his rapier. He's been rubbing a pat of butter up and down the blade, like looking at him,
Oh, no.
giving him the eye, just slowly like, yeah, I got you, yeah, all right. And then he's going to run forward from the shadows and try and make a sneak attack. It's a natural 1. So that is a 10 to hit.
You forgot to clean your hand after you were
yeah, I
rubbing
did.
butter on the blade.
I
You've literally got butterfingers.
But I forgot to rub. Oh, it's everywhere. Oh, what was I thinking? Maybe I need to reassess my love of dairy products. Oh dear.
And now I found myself standing next to a vampire with a buttery blade.
You fumble the sword and eventually you wipe off the butter, but after you've already fumbled this attack.
I'll be right back.
just run off into the shadows again.
He just does like a little back roll into the shadows. He's like, nope.
Yeah.
I forgot me.
Give me
And then just back rolls, yeah.
Yeah. What a turn that was.
What a turn. Thank you guys, thanks.
Up next is Donna.
Do I get a save against hold person?
DC of 16.
15.
15. Oh,
No.
So close. Alas, the sand holds you back.
Something about it being Slate who's cast it has really thrown her off.
I think Dorna's about to break through and just Slate shoots her a glance, like a glare.
Yeah.
And you can see it's just there's nothing behind the eyes, and the sand gets tighter around your arms and legs.
I mean, I think it says something for this villain that Slate is way more intimidating than a vampire. Literally, one look from Slate, she's like, "Oh, it's put me off completely." I don't know that. This vampire's like,
We've just made fun of him this whole time.
He's trying his best, okay? Then we're up to Glax.
cool. I'm gonna boost up to Senior Vampire. I am going to do a fainting attack, and it looks like I'm gonna stab Vampire Dude, but instead I stab Slate.
Ooh.
And that does mean that Slate will have to make another
Yeah, and
roll.
I
that
got
does actually
20.
hit.
Yeah, okay. How much damage?
9.
So I take
9
damage.
and,
you son of
So
a
you
bitch.
need to make a concentration check to see if you can lose the whole person.
23 on that.
Mother bitch.
Plus 7. So
God damn
I
it.
don't know how hard it is to maintain concentration, but I'm assuming that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
But I get advantage on the next roll, so I'm gonna do it again.
on me.
Yeah,
You're
28.
Ooh.
Yeah, that hits. I take another 10 damage.
Come on.
Come on.
26.
Mother bitch.
What the?
That's such
Are
a high
you
roll.
like-
26.
Slate really likes this vampire lifestyle. He was all that stuff before was absolute guff. He's just like, I really respect and admire this guy, actually. Do you know what? I'm going to go along with the rest of the group and criticise his jacket, but I think he's pretty cool.
I'm not loving this whole thrall thing, but I called him out and I'm like, I've got so many ideas of how to make this better.
I mean, yeah.
Cool, okay, in which case I'm going to change tack, I'm going to action surge, and I'm going to give Mr. Vampire 2 of the best instead.
Okay.
28, 11 damage.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to use
Yep,
sneak
that hits.
attack, plus another 5. 27, 12
These
damage.
massive hits numbers. That's
Nice.
really good.
all of us
Yeah.
have been doing some proper high rolls. This
Jakob is looking fucked up at this point.
Cool. Cool.
I feel like Slate gets what's going on here. So, okay, Slate's gonna try and push Glax away.
Make opposed athletics checks.
I got a 21.
Oh, that's a good roll.
24.
Oh,
my god!
Whoa, you...
High rolls.
So,
Okay.
I think we like wrestle, we properly like wrestle for a bit, and then Slate the Mountain pushes Glax back and steps in the way and goes,
Yeah.
You need to stop doing this, and then I'm going to use sorcery points and cast Blight on you.
Whoa.
I'm loving how much you're leaning into this to just like fuck me.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I need a DC
Con
16
save.
con save.
Okay, cool. I got natural 20.
Oh, natural
That's just
20.
half damage, which is 16.
Okay, cool.
Clash of Titans.
Absolutely.
How does Blake take hold?
So it looks like it's like all the moisture's just being drawn out of your body, and you can feel like it feels like just particles of like skin and everything being pulled out of you between your like scales, and they go into Slate's hand. Then he just like closes his hand and it just disappears.
It's fair, like I hit you, but I'm honestly trying to help. This is not your style, and I don't like you when you're not nervous. This seems very out of character.
Look, this is not a phase. This is who I am, and if you are not happy with that, you can fuck off.
Then it is Jakob's turn. He is going to rip into Dornamore.
I did also notice, which I feel I probably shouldn't be saying, but I'm going to say anyway, even though it might kill me. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet, because I'm paralyzed.
Yeah, and paralyzed. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2d6 plus 4. So you take 14 points of damage from the first attack.
Right.
Ouch.
Then the second one is, again, because you've got the protection from good and evil, that was a 6 plus 9, so that
Yes.
misses,
Wow.
thankfully. And then finally the bite. So, 21.
Whoa.
And so this is going to be...
So you took 35 points of damage that round, yeah?
No, it hasn't finished
Jesus
yet.
Christ.
Right.
Oh, no.
Oh,
You can see my hit points going
Oh,
up in the
no.
chat right now.
Yeah, so I can see Donna's hit points in the chat, and at this point, audience, I'd like you to recall one key fact about vampires. What's known about the vampire is their creation, right? It's one of the key defining factors of vampiric mythology is that a bite, draining one's life, will turn somebody into a vampire. And this is seen in the Dungeons and Dragons rules as this. The target dies if this effect reduces its hit point maximum to 0 or below. A humanoid slain in this way and then buried in the ground rises the following night as vampire spawn.
so Dawn is currently on 6 hit points.
But no, there's actually something that you're missing. It's the hit point maximum is reduced, so it means he has to deal enough necrotic damage, only the necrotic damage, to reduce your maximum to 0. It can kill you, but he has to deal like 70-ish, I don't know how many hit points Dawn has, I think
75.
Yeah.
So 75 necrotic damage only, just the necrotic damage.
It's going to be a few turns, but Dorna may be drained, is what I'm saying. And now to hit for the bite. Yep, that definitely
Delightful.
hits. That's a 19. This is the piercing damage, so that's 5, 11, 12, 13 piercing damage.
Donna is just being laid into. She's stuck in a pile of sand and has just been slashed and now has a vampire just gnawing away at her. At some point in all of this, you just see her going from looking kind of stunned and wide-eyed to just her eyes just droop closed and her head just flops to the side.
Oh, Glax is just like, Donna!
Flops to the side and sand like pushes it up and reveals her neck again for
Yeah.
the vampire.
And then, let's see necrotic damage. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! That's... Oh! Okay, so that's 3 5s, 2 6s, and a 2. So that's 15 plus 12, so that's 27 plus 2, so that's 29 points of necrotic damage added onto that
So,
previously.
hang on, we've got 29 plus 16 from this
So-
turn, plus whatever it was from the turn before.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait, hold on, and the vampire heals for that amount?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, it's an amount equal
Also,
to...
10 by default each turn. This is a weaker vampire than normal, by the way. Normally, it's 20 hit points they heal per turn as well. Anyway, but I've lessened that to
Slate's
5,
really
and then we've
fucking us
also.
up here, so.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You should have gone for that grapple, my friend.
right. So I think it was another 18 from the round before, if I remember correctly.
63 out of 75.
What
Yeah.
an episode to guest on.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just like, wow, like literally a TPK by one of the party members. I mean, I'm loving it. It's great.
Again!
It is the day that Power Word Roll died, and I was there.
So if you take 12 necrotic damage, you are beamed, my dude.
I am dead, and then if
So-
I get buried, I become a vampire.
And on top of this, the rest of the party don't know that that's how
No,
vampires are
because
created.
Dorna hasn't managed to
because
tell
that's not
them.
common knowledge.
I'm happy to hear it. It's good news to me.
Speaking of being here for this, Verisim, it's your turn.
It is. Before I do, just a quick question. Did Slate take his wisdom saving throw to try and not be under the thrall of the vampire? I don't think he
No, he
don't think he
didn't.
did.
Not.
This could change things up. He's been rolling big.
Oh,
What the? He likes it. He literally likes it. There is no other way.
Oh, I've got a -1
He's
to
just discovered his
wisdom.
new thing. He's so he's just getting off on like killing his friends and being a vampire.
I think for the Slate just feels like cool and calm and collected, and he's like,
He's never felt so calm in his life.
Absolutely, he's like, yeah, I'm riding this
so
high.
accepted.
Amazing. Right, well, Verisim's like,
Right, well, looks like everything's going to shit, to be honest, but come on, you can do this, son. Slip it in like a hot knife through.
and he leaps forward to try and sneak attack the vampire.
Oh, I love that cousin. Okay, come on.
Oh, yes. And that is a 25 to hit.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Hooray!
So finally we get
Okay.
some sneak attack damage.
Good shit.
That is going to be a
All the
1d8
dice.
for 30 points of damage.
Yes.
Oh my
As Verisim
God.
just jumps forward, you see he's taken his shoes off, he's sliding along on his buttery feet and just slams his rapier deep in the armpit of the vampire.
It skewers and comes out the other end. You see just viscera fly outwards as you manage to get this damn good hit in, and you can see the vampire is looking pretty beat up at this.
Yeah, take that.
Bad band, they're not cool.
What are you talking about? They might be cheesy pop, but they've had their hits over the years. Whatever makes people happy, that's my... Anyway, let's go with the fight.
That wound is so unsightly. Ugh.
And I just slide away again on my buttery feet, leaving this weird slug trail of victory. So, not an expression I
What a
thought I'd
line.
say when I woke up this morning, but there we go. You never know what the day's going to throw at you.
For a game thing, I kind of don't want Dorna to die out of characters. Do you mind staying within 5
Yeah.
foot? Because then he's more likely to attack you rather
Oh,
than
yeah,
Dorna.
I can do. Yes, yeah. I'm going to
Because
stay here.
otherwise,
and,
Dorna is dead.
She is dead.
Dorna is a vampire.
Yeah, Dorna will be killed. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, and Dorna.
Death save time. Come on. That's a fail. That's a 4.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Okay, getting closer towards vampirism as you are sort of held by this this sand lifting you in the air, and this vampire is just draining you of your blood, suckling on your neck.
I don't like to use the word suckling, mate.
That was weird.
Yeah, I mean it's vampires. Vampires are weird, man.
Let's just leave it. I hate
Doesn't
it.
matter.
But, you know.
Carry on.
I want you guys to hate this guy. He's the bad guy.
I don't
Come
hate
on.
him. I think he's really awesome. Those are so mean.
But then that brings us to Glax's
Cool.
turn.
Glax has one goal. He is going to run around the vampire and Slate, and he is going to uncork a healing potion and shove it in Dorna's mouth.
Okay, can you do that contested as she's currently in combat with the vampire is currently like consuming, so
A sleight of hand check.
It would be.
yeah.
It would
be.
26.
26. How do we play this?
Oh, shit.
I think you're both grappling to try
Okay,
and like
okay,
control.
okay.
Like he can't drain her anymore, but you're like trying to force this into Dorna's
I
mouth.
quite like the image of him latched onto her neck while you're just pouring a healing potion in, because it's just in there, it's just out through. It's just fluids.
You just like throw a bit of sand up in his eyes before you do it, so he can't actually see.
The fact that that's an absolute match just means that you guys are both sort of struggling against each other. Slate.
First of all, I'm going to start with a wisdom save. Is this really the life I want to live?
Yeah.
And it is, with a 9.
Yeah.
I go, yeah, this is awesome.
Oh my god.
It's fucking brilliant. Okay, I'm gonna stop concentrating on hold person. So the sand it doesn't drop as sand, it just fades out and just disappears into nothing. And Dorna just drops to the floor, I think very unceremoniously. This will get the party started. And cast Thunderwave.
Oh.
So it hits the vampire, and it also hits me.
It hits everyone.
It kills you.
No, it gives me one.
Yeah, we'll
gives
do
me
one
one
more
more, 'cause it's
dex
not a melee
save,
attack.
yeah.
All right,
Yep.
that sounds good. I'll do it. Your fate's in your hands. Your fate's still in your hands. If I was killing you outright, I'd feel bad. I'd do something else. But okay.
That's a success. That is a natural 20 from the Count, who saw
so you
that
take
coming.
6 damage.
Oh, that's a 12.
No, that fails. So you take 13 damage.
I'll take half damage actually because I've got my old uncanny dodge.
Ooh, nice.
So
And Glax, did you succeed or fail?
You pass.
Okay, cool. You just take 6 damage.
It is Count von Barov's turn, and he's going to take 2 attacks against Glax. So that is an 18 plus 9.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
8 points of damage with the first attack from his first swing with his claws, and then he comes around for another one in a sort of uppercut motion. So 11 points of damage on that second slashing attack.
Okay.
He's going to go over towards
He takes an
Dorna.
attack of opportunity as he leaves my melee range.
Yeah.
17 to 17 hit.
17 just hits.
yes.
Okay, 10 damage.
He's looking pretty beat up, but he's
my
still
God.
alive as he swoops down.
Are you actually going to have him to kill Dorna?
I mean, it seems this way.
You're a meanie.
This is a... Oh, that hits. Yeah, sorry.
If this does
Yeah.
12 necrotic damage, then Dorna will get back, be buried, and then miraculously recover by the next time you see her on the next day.
Oh, so that's a 5, a 6, 2
you're
4s,
fucked.
That's done
3,
it.
and a
That's
1.
done it.
She's dead.
And the vampire needs to heal as well.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Right.
Dorna, you sort of, in your close to death state, you're sort of on the floor of this cathedral. You see the hammer of Torm, sort of phasing in and out from a big stained glass window. Lightning striking behind it, filling the air with this sort of electricity, and you feel so drained. Before you were being held back, you remember that, and now you're just dazing in and out of consciousness. You then see this looming figure over you. It slides down and grasps onto your neck with 2 long sets of claws. It digs down into your veins with its teeth and begins to drain you of your blood. You choke as you awake for a moment, and then your eyes droop, and you're asleep. And in that sleep, you don't find rest, because instead you feel some dark sensibility come and twist your soul. You hear voices chanting in something old, and it makes you happy. In fact, it's enough to laugh about. And we cut back to combat, as it is now Verisim's turn.
Wow. Great.
Aren't you glad you made a butter-based character?
I certainly am. I like to spread myself about. What can I say?
Oh my god.
So many butter puns. Right, so I'm going to skid forward again, run up to the vampire and try and sneak attack him again. He feels strangely remorseful about seeing his new friend being drained in such an unholy way, and he strikes. He strikes with. Oh, it's not too bad, actually. It's a 21.
That hits.
Yes! Take this, you dirty bloodsucker. All right, let's have a look. 33 points of damage. Yes.
Oh my god. This is another situation in this damn series. A vampire has 144 hit points. It was on 111. So, how do you kill the vampire? the numbers on that.
Amazing.
Sorry.
So what he does, as he draws back, having drained Dorna of her last drops of lifeblood, Verisim slides up next to him, stabs his rapier through his cheek, and then whips it out and clips both of his fangs out of his mouth, and he swings his blade round and drives it through the back of his neck.
Very
And just
Yeah.
pinned down into this calice-shaped rug. You sort of twist the blade. All of the stolen blood seeps out, draining the Nirvana t-shirt and what's left of the leather jacket. And you just hear him say, "Oh, not cool, man." And there's just sort of sputtering blood as he disperses into a gaseous cloud and starts to make his way out down the corridor. And Slate, you suddenly have control of your actions again.
Slate just grabs his head and just sits down on the pew next to him and just gives oh, ow.
I run over to Dorna.
You run over to Dorna and you see a lifeless corpse. Still with some warmth, but very little.
I would like to do something crazy. And I would like to pour the holy water into a healing potion, shake it up, and then try and feed it to her.
I thought you were going to eat her. I'm not going to lie. I thought I really did
pull
think
off
you were
her
I'm going to
ears.
consume her strength.
I don't think that's a good idea. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not saying anything.
I'm trying to... Okay.
I mean, that is the double-edged sword of healing potions right there, because if she is turning into a vampire, then the holy water is going to burn her.
Yeah.
But the healing potion is going to heal her. So,
Currently, because I haven't been buried, I'm classified as dead, but my maximum HP is less than 0. So I literally can't be healed. Exactly.
Oh, so Glax runs up, mixes this concoction and chucks it in Dorna's mouth with a lifeless response. Just absolutely nothing.
Verisim just goes up and puts his hand on his shoulder and says,
Oh, I think she's gone, mate.
Gone where?
Well, she's, she's popped her clogs. She's gone the other side. She's slipped beyond the veil. She's, she ain't gonna be buttering nothing anymore, you know what I mean?
He doesn't even like dairy.
Well, that is a pity.
and he wipes his rapier blade and looks at it, and then hurriedly gets out a pat of butter and starts wiping on the blade.
Sorry about that, yeah, you see.
Slate?
Yeah, Slate, you feeling better,
Slate's,
son?
standing up next to them.
Slate, do you and Verithim want to go in the crypt? You don't need me to do that, right?
Would you want to do that, Glax?
No. I'll stay here with Dorna.
Slate nods, turns around, touches Verisim's arm, and then I'm going to cast Dimension Door to go down into the crypt.
Okay.
And you can still see this golden shimmering shape around that Dorna left earlier, even though she isn't around to keep it going.
All of Dorna's energy was in this for you. And then Slate steps forward and grabs a stake out of his bag, pushes the lid of the coffin off and just jabs it into his heart.
And you just see just this shocked vampiric face just absolutely taken aback as you plunge this thing deep within its chest. The blackened blood spills out from the center, this time its own. You see this form starts to turn to dust as if it were sand, as if it were rejoining the earth it should have been a part of long ago. And the vampire is slain.
Good job, Slate. Mind the steps on her way back down, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, they're very buttery.
Yeah, that was me, so I thought that. Well, never mind.
It's like a skeleton, so Slate's gonna he gets really angry and he goes to walk away and then clenches his fist, turns around and just punches and just crushes the skull with a punch, and then takes the canines out, the elongated canines, and pockets them.
Yeah.
It's funny, even in death, he still looks shit.
And that's the end of the episode.
No, amazing episode. It was so good. And holy shit, I feel both privileged and sad to be here for the
Wow.
big moment.
Well, thank God you were here to launch
Yeah.
those sneak attacks. Otherwise, we definitely would have lost.
Yeah.
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 Thank you ever so much for coming on. man.
No, not at all. No, it's been
Like-
an absolute pleasure. I've had a blast.
Yeah. Where can people find you?
They can find us on all the usual platforms. So we are on, oh gosh, I've got to try and recite them now. Spotify, iTunes, anything you can find a good podcast on, the Danger Club podcast. You can find us there. We'll be there.
What are you guys up to at the moment?
So we're doing our series of Lockdown Legends. We've taken a break from the main plot because obviously we can't. It's quite difficult logistically to get back together. And the first one was my own character, Velda, who had his bit of backstory. And then the latest addition to the Danger Club, Beelzebub, had a very silly alive. Actually, we're live at PaiserCon, which was good. We did the first two episodes there, and then we recorded another 2. So and we're just trying not to let this get us down too much and try and as you are here, just recording at home.
Where can people find info about you specifically?
My Twitter handle is Foxy Lockhart.
Are you not an actor?
Brilliant.
I am an actor, yes. If you have access to Spotlight, you can look at my Spotlight profile, if you so wish. It's basically, you can communicate. We have a Discord server as well for our fans as well. You can join that, and we comment on that very regularly and stuff. So, yes, that's from me.
Fantastic.
Well, brilliant. Thank you ever so much for coming on.
Not at all. It's been a pleasure.
We're just buttering him up now.
And of course, thank you very much for listening, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Power Word Roll. You can find links to all our social media at powerwordroll.co.uk. If you enjoy the show, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Otherwise, a positive review on iTunes is the best way to help us out. But for now, from Conrad, Naomi, Henry and myself, thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.
Can we skip order? Because I've got a really good solution for this one.
Do we want it to be more like cool story solutions, or do we want
just
it
let
to be more gamified?
Let Henry have a go.
Yeah.
No.
go ahead.
Yeah,
Cool
we'll switch the order.
Cool story. Let Dorna do it.
Do your
You're the
cool
cool
idea.
story.
Mate,
It's
do
not
it.
a cool story though. It's just me casting water walking. It means if it cracks, it doesn't matter.
No, that's shit. Fuck it.
That's not a cool story. Yeah, absolutely. So
Okay,
Sorry, we thought it was a good idea you had.
it deals with it. It deals with it. I didn't realise we had to have a fucking story.
What is this fucking podcast? Because
Don't know. I honestly don't know.
wait, he's not a gargoyle, is he?
he's half gargoyle.
No, but he's not, because he's not got plumbing. And
No, but he's the
there's a
creature
law.
gargoyle. He's the creature gargoyle, not the statue gargoyle.
He's
not
not
sure
got
if-
plumbing. You're not a real gargoyle. You've not got plumbing. Show us your plumbing, mate.
And also, I think he can.
I've got a working
can
penis.
pee,
Like,
so-
That's amazing. Next time someone just they say they're a gargoyle, I'm going to be like, show us your plumbing. Come on. I've got it on very good authority that you're not a gargoyle. It's
I'll
got
show you my
plumbing.
plumbing if you show me yours.
Hey,
He's not a gargoyle, he's a grotesque.
are we having this discussion in front of him?
yeah,
Just adding something.
he's there just slowly crying to himself. Yeah.
You mock me. Stone tears.
Is just constant. I hit my lantern.
Wait,
is
you have a
constantly,
lantern?
Oh, my lantern. Oh, God.
Lampshade. Lampshade.
Oh, my lantern. Oh, can you
Oh, I
believe it?
knocked my lantern.
Mama, order another one.
Pater, quickly, Pater.
Look, I'm in D&D mode. All right, it's forgivable. Not at advantage, but just.
How is he doing a bite attack on
normal
her?
bite attack.
It ain't
Well,
his
on
turn.
her
It
neck.
ain't his fucking turn. He can fuck off.
It's still his turn. Well, he was going to get you to hold back and then use his.
Oh, okay, all right,
Yeah,
all
it's
right, go
a-
on then.
okay,
Go on
it's
then.
like a
All right, all
It makes
right,
sense
Go
as
on
a
then.
combo.
It does make
Thin
sense.
fucking
yeah.
eyes.
So, and I'm DM, so shut up.
That's not how this podcast works.
That's not how it works in the slightest.